Not just Iran. Trump desperately begged Xi Jinping to help extract US from deepening Ukraine military quagmire. After humiliating loss against Iran, Trump now stares down inevitable defeat in the Ukraine conflict. As Putin brilliantly outsmarts US peace initiatives, desperate Trump pivots urgently toward Xi Jinping for salvation. Is China ruthlessly capitalizing on Trump's helplessness, placing Taiwan in an extremely precarious strategic position? Trump conspicuously ignores direct Taiwan question from reporter immediately following critical summit meeting with Xi Jinping. Donald Trump and Xi Jinping reportedly discussed the Middle East and the Ukraine war during their talks in China, with both sides presenting the exchange as a review of major global flashpoints. Chinese state media said the two leaders exchanged views on major international and regional issues, using broadly diplomatic language. The May 14 discussions reportedly included the Strait of Hormuz crisis, the Iran conflict, and the war in Ukraine, reflecting how both Washington and Beijing see these theaters as closely linked. Ahead of the summit, a key question was whether Trump could win Xi's help in pressing Iran to accept a durable ceasefire or push Moscow toward a more serious compromise in Ukraine. China remains one of Iran's closest strategic partners and the largest buyer of Iranian oil, giving Beijing considerable leverage in any attempt to shape Tehran's negotiating stance. Trump is also facing mounting frustration over his failure to secure a decisive breakthrough with Russia, as dialogue efforts have stalled and battlefield conditions remain highly volatile. Remember, the Ukrainian president publicly urged Trump to raise the Ukraine war during his meeting with Xi, hoping Beijing would use its influence to lean on Moscow.
We are in a constant contact with our American partners. We are thankful, and we expect the issue of ending Russia's war against Ukraine to be raised now as well, while the President of the United States is in China. But please do not forget that the most effective tools are those that can physically stop the Russians. We are not giving up on diplomatic efforts, and we hope that pressure on Russia, together with negotiations in different formats, will help bring peace. Sanctions are working, our long-range capabilities are working, and every form of your pressure is working.
China has maintained close economic and political ties with Russia since the war began in 2022, expanding energy and trade flows despite Western sanctions. Beijing claims it is neutral in the conflict and has never formally condemned Moscow's 2022 invasion of Ukraine, instead calling for peace negotiations while rejecting external pressure. The talks in Beijing also come as US-led efforts to end the Ukraine war appear to be losing momentum, with ceasefire initiatives repeatedly breaking down on the ground. Washington has increasingly been distracted by the growing Middle East conflict, diverting diplomatic focus, military planning, and political capital toward the Iran-related standoff. Last week, Trump brokered a three-day ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine timed around Victory Day commemorations, trying to test a short-term pause in hostilities. However, both Moscow and Kiev accused each other of violating the truce almost immediately, casting doubt on the sustainability of any rapid, high-level diplomatic fixes.
Let me say a few words first, and then I'd like to invite you, Mr. President, to deliver your opening remarks. President Trump, I'm very pleased to meet you in Beijing. Welcome back to China after 9 years. The whole world is watching our meeting. Currently, transformation not seen in a century is accelerating across the globe, and the international situation is fluid and turbulent. The world has come to a new crossroads. Can China and the United States overcome the Thucydides trap and create a new paradigm of major country relations? Can we meet global challenges together and provide more stability for the world? Can we, in the interest of the well-being of our two peoples and the future of humanity, build a brighter future together for our bilateral relations? These are the questions vital to history, to the world, and to the people. They are the questions of our times that you and I need to answer as leaders of major countries. This year is the 250th anniversary of American independence. Congratulations to you and to the American people. I always believe that our two countries have more common interests than differences. Success in one is an opportunity for the other, and a stable bilateral relationship is good for the world. China and the United States both stand to gain from cooperation and lose from confrontation. We should be partners, not rivals. We should help each other succeed and prosper together, and find the right way for major countries to get along well with each other in the new era. Mr. President, I look forward to our discussions on major issues important to our two countries and the world, and working together with you to set the course for and steer the giant ship of China-U.S. relations, so as to make 2026 a historic landmark year that opens up a new chapter in China-U.S. relations. I will pause here and hand over to you, Mr. President. Thank you.
President Xi, I want to thank you very much. First of all, that was an honor like few have ever seen before. And I think I was particularly impressed by those children. They were happy. They were beautiful. The military is obvious. It couldn't be better, but those children were amazing, and they represent so much. And I know they represent so much to you. You and I have known each other now for a long time. In fact, the longest relationship of our two countries that any president has had. And that's, to me, an honor. We've had a fantastic relationship. We've gotten along. When there were difficulties, we worked it out. I would call you, and you would call me. And whenever we had a problem, people don't know, whenever we had a problem, we worked it out very quickly. And we're going to have a fantastic future together. So I really look very much forward to our discussion. It's a big discussion. There are those that say this is maybe the biggest summit ever. They can never remember anything like it. I can say in the United States, people aren't talking about anything else. But it's an honor to be with you. It's an honor to be your friend. And the relationship between China and the USA is going to be better than ever before. Thank you very much. Thank you.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.